Please stand for the pledge. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Carlsbad. It is a beautiful Friday morning, and we have a great show planned for you today. To start off the show, Macy Markham is live with a student from Iran, as well as Adam is live with lacrosse.
That's right, and we also have Luke live on the Magic Window to give us a little bit of an update on Ukraine, as well as Zuzu live via DeGero.
Awesome, guys. It's going to be a great show. I'm Solomon Williams.
I'm Bree Ringwolski.
And CHS TV starts right now. Back. Carlsbad's swim and dive team is playing Vista today at 4 p.m. here at Carlsbad, as well as varsity men's lacrosse is playing at El Camino at 7 p.m. in the stadium. The 2022 Ninth Circuit Court Civics Contest is now taking place. The topic is the First Amendment and the Schoolhouse Gate, students' free speech rights. Deadline for entries is March 18th, and cash prizes are given for the top 3 entries. See the link on the graphic.
Next up, we have Yalda from Iran live with Macy. Macy, what do you have for us?
Good morning, Carlsbad. I'm Macy Markham, live here with very special guest Yalda. Now, she has a bit of an interesting background. She grew up in Iran, and when she was 8, moved to the U.S., only to move back to Iran just before starting high school. Now, you obviously had a lot going on, and while this interview plays, we're going to be having some B-roll playing in the back so you can get a little bit of an idea what we're talking about. So you did have a lot going on through those transitions. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Well, I mean, any transition is hard, but I guess it was pretty difficult because this happened multiple times. We first came to America from Iran, and then we moved back again after a couple of years. So, but really the transitions were mainly difficult because of the differences between the different cultures. But while everything is pretty much the same, there were some big differences that made a really big impact. But other than that, it was really all worth it, so it was pretty good.
So I'm glad that you do think it was all worth it. Talk to me a little bit about what those differences are and what it's like going to school in the U.S. versus going to school in Iran.
Well, the main difference was the school part of the whole thing because the schools are very different, especially in Iran. Schools are mostly focused on studies, your grades, and really not what you want to actually do, maybe other than the studying part of school, because here we have electives, we have different opportunities to actually try out other stuff than like physics and mathematics and stuff like that. But in Iran, they don't really find that important enough to be a part of school. So when I went back for freshman year, it was really difficult because I knew what I could do here, like broadcasting, but nothing like that was going to be given to me in the schools in Iran. So
that is a really big difference, but we are glad you got to be a part of some broadcasting here when you came back to visit. Talk to me a little bit about your hijab. We have seen photos of you wearing it in Iran, but we can see you're obviously not wearing one here. So what are the guidelines surrounding that, and kind of what is it for?
So basically, it is the law to wear a hijab in Iran, but like as you can see, I'm not wearing hijab today, and I wasn't wearing it, and I haven't been wearing it the past few weeks that I've been here. So it's because you have to follow the rules, the laws, just like how you have to do that in any other country. But obviously, I'm sure you've seen the pictures on internet where women are fully covered and there's not even a strand of hair. But it's not like that anymore. It's not as strict because really the most you can do now and the most that women do in Iran right now is just putting a scarf over their head, and it doesn't matter how much hair is out. So, but in schools, because it is the law, you have to do it the right way. You have to wear it. It's like a school uniform, but with hijab, and it's much more strict. So that's also a really big difference compared to here.
Gotcha. So, like you said, it is much more strict in school than it would be just walking around, and obviously you are not required to wear it here in the U.S. So, I know, like you said, with the pictures on the internet, people in the U.S. and people in Iran are definitely going to have a lot of misconceptions about either country. Can you talk to me a little bit about what maybe the perception of the Americans are in Iran and vice versa?
Right. So once again, it just comes back to what the news portrays and what you find on the internet. And I think they're both wrong. They're all wrong. Because I've talked to people here about Iran and I've talked to people in Iran about America. And nobody, well, obviously there are people who find bad things in everything. But most people that I've met and talked to about Iran here have never said anything bad to me, or if they have, it's because they've seen these things on the news where it looks like this poor country who doesn't have much, and that's not true. Like, beside the school part, which really isn't bad, it just focuses on studies. Other than that, it's a pretty good school. I mean, everything else is really nice, and it's just like here. But once again, you go back to Iran, and I talk to people in Iran about America, and they see America as this paradise. And I'm not saying it's not a paradise, but it's not perfect. Nowhere in the world is perfect. And so I think that also comes back because you see these things and you think, compared to like Iran where you have hijab and those things, oh my God, it must be so different. It must be so much better. But being in both, I don't really see much of a difference. And I usually try to tell people both here and Iran that there's not much of a difference. They're both great countries who have their problems as well, but it's hard when you only see what the news shows you. But other than that, they're both great countries, and it would be really nice if people would start seeing both the good and the bad.
Absolutely, and as a woman in journalism, we are really lucky to have you on here and kind of give us some introspective thoughts into that perspective. We're glad you were able to come on. You made a very long travel to get here, so thank you once again. Anchors, back to you.
Thank you, Yalda, for coming back on. Safe travels to Iran. Come to the Student Production Club's 4th annual original production, Forget Me Nots. The 2-act play is entirely written, directed, and performed by CHS students. Tickets can be purchased at showtix.com, and the show today will be at 4 p.m.
ASB is planning a Mario Kart tournament for March. Sign up now in the ASB room. Cost to play is $1. Applications for class council or ASB council for the 2022-2023 school year are now available in the ASB room or online at lancernation.org. The deadline to submit applications is March 4th.
To take a break from the announcements, we have Adam live with men's and women's lacrosse to talk about the season. Adam?
I'm here with men and women lacrosse to ask them a few questions about their upcoming season. Gabby, can you just tell me, you guys had your first game the other night. Can you tell me how it went?
Yeah, so we played Temecula Valley High School. We won 16-3. It was pouring rain, but we still slayed. Yeah, it was a good time.
And Drew, can you tell me your guys' biggest struggle you think going into this season?
Well, Adam, to be honest with you, we don't have any struggles. We're absolute animals when it comes to lacrosse on the field.
Love that energy. And Audrey, it is your last season. How do you feel going into your senior year?
Yeah, I think the team feels really confident this year. We do have 10 seniors, so definitely will be a bittersweet season. We're hoping to make it to CIF championships yet again.
And Carolyn and Grant, I know you guys have some shout-outs, so.
Our first home game is Friday, March 11th in the stadium at 7 p.m. Go Lancers.
And Grant?
Yeah, shout out to my dog, B-Rod.
Thank you guys so much for coming on. Make sure to go support lacrosse, and now I'll send it back to Brieka Desk.
Good luck to men's and women's lacrosse for your season. The Carlsbad Equality Coalition is accepting entries for their speech competition, answering the question, what does equity mean to you? Video entries are due by March 1st, and there is a $500 grand prize. Go to carlsbadequitycoalition.com for more details.
Writing Lab is available every morning during zero period in room 3211. No appointment is needed, just drop in. We now have Mia Handojo live with men's soccer discussing their championship game tonight. Mia, take it away.
Good morning, Carlsbad. I'm here with Brian, Lucas, and Vincent from Boys Varsity Soccer. So I know you guys had a great game the other day. Do you want to talk a little about that and how that went?
Yeah, we got a 1-0 win over Montgomery High School. Kirsten Bejo scored the winning goal, and we're excited for our championship game today.
Nice. Now you guys are on to final. That's really great. So for people who'd like to support, where can they go and what are the details for that?
You can go to Patrick Henry at 7:30, come out and support, and you got to buy tickets online.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you guys. And Brian, I know you're a senior and you guys have doing great this season. So how does it feel going to every game thinking that it could possibly be your last?
So as a senior, knowing it could be our last, we're just going to go out there, give it our all on the field, and leave it all out there.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you guys. Thank you so much for coming on. Now I'm going to send it back to the desk.
All CUSD high school students have free access to Schmoop for test prep, homework help, and study skills. Log in through your Clever account. Peer tutoring is available in the library. No appointment is needed, just drop in. Monday and Friday before school, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday after school.
Math Lab is available before school from 7:25 to 8:25 in room 7106. The Mario Kart tournament is coming up, so make sure if you're signing up not to get coconut mauled. We now have Zuzu live by the ASB room to discuss the details about the Mario Kart tournament. Zuzu, what do you have for us?
Good morning, Carlsbad. As many of you may know, there's going to be a Mario Kart tournament next week. Signups are going to be in the ASB room, room 5004, and today is going to be the last day of signups, so make sure you get on out there. To give you guys more of an idea on where the ASB room is, as you can see behind me, we have our lunch lines just right over here, and then a little bit closer to me, we have this nice big set of stairs, and if you follow me around this way, we have our ASB room just right there. Make sure to come up there at some point today, Carlsbad, and sign up. It's going to be a fun time. Bree, back to you.
Yeah.
Give us an update on Ukraine.
I'm Luke Whitehead, and I'm here to talk about the recent update on the Russia and Ukraine situation. As many of you may know, Russia has already declared war on Thursday, and they've already struck with their bombs and missiles. Already over 100 Ukrainian civilians have been killed and nearly 400 have been injured in Russia's attempt to capture the capital of Kiev. It has been stated that Putin might be looking to capture more than just Ukraine and is looking at also Latvia, Lithuania, and also Estonia, but nothing is confirmed at the moment. That's all I have today, Carlsbad, and I'll send it back to the desk.
Thank you, Luke, for the update, and we pray for all the families affected by this invasion. And Bree, it was your first time anchoring, so how do you feel?
I was actually a little nervous at first, but I actually really liked it, and I'm looking forward to doing it again in the future.
Awesome. Well, you're going to do a great job, so don't worry about that. And guys, their soccer is playing their championship game tonight, and so make sure to go to that, as well as basketball is playing their CIF championship as well. So make sure to go to both of those. The basketball game will be at Montgomery High School. And guys, that is all we have for you today, and have a great one.
If you have any questions about Naviance, please contact your counselor. Now let's take a break from the announcements and send it out to Landon Miller live at the beach by DeJoe Technology to talk about King's Tide, a rare event happening here in Southern California. Landon?
Good morning, Carlsbad. I'm Landon Miller, here standing on top of the Turnarounds Bluff to give you guys some information on the rare occurring King's Tide.